Howdy YouTube. Mike Howell here for Naps, New Age Pipe Smokers. Hope y'all are doing well today. I'm doing pretty good, all things considered. I had a bunch of drywall to hang, but done with that. I'm enjoying some HH Bold Kentucky, the best blend ever made, in my opinion anyway, by MacBaren. R.I.P. MacBaren. I'm sure most of the people watching this video will know by now that MacBaren, and by extension Sutliff, who they owned, are basically no more. They were bought by a large corporation, Scandinavian Tobacco Group, who they own a lot of other pipe tobacco and cigars and cigarette tobacco, I believe, and lots of nicotine products. And a lot of people are very upset with them because they bought Sutliff and MacBaren and basically gutted them completely. The Sutliff factory and the MacBaren factory, the Sutliff factory is in America, the MacBaren factory in Denmark, are closing down, and the few remaining blends that are being made under those names will be made at one of Scandinavian Tobacco Group's processing facilities. I don't remember offhand where it is. It's in Europe. The factories will be sold, I assume. The Sutliff's machines that they have been using for well over a century to manufacture their tobacco are going to be scrapped, sold as scrap, which to me is an absolute travesty. Even if you're not a tobacco person, just the history lost it makes me sick to my stomach. And a lot of people are very unhappy with Scandinavian Tobacco Group because of the choices they made concerning the blends by MacBaren and Sutliff that they will continue to produce. They saved a couple good ones. Capstan, original Capstan is safe. St. Bruno is still going to be made. But for the most part, I think there were only something like 5 blends per company that are going to be saved, and most of them were aromatics, which are popular. People must smoke a lot of them because they do definitely sell, but it's not anything that I'm personally interested in. The real tragedy to me is the HH line from MacBaren, which are some of the best tobaccos ever created. All of them across the board are just spectacular. Nothing bad to say about any of them. If you get your hands on any of them, if you get a chance, smoke them and appreciate them, because they are gone forever, other than what's currently in circulation. But yeah, like I said, a lot of people are unhappy with Scandinavian Tobacco Group because of this. As if they just came by poor innocent MacBaren and, blew their head off with a shotgun and murdered them. It's not quite that cut and dry. There's a few good interviews out on YouTube now that you can look up. Per Jensen did a few videos. He was let go from MacBaren as their head blender before. Basically, the MacBaren company was headed by an old patriarch fella of the family who was a tobacco person, and he loved tobacco. And but even before his death, they had started to cut down. They weren't making any new tobacco blends. They decided to just focus on what they had, and they were diversifying into like snus and artificial nicotine pouches and things like that, like synthetic nicotine, I guess, not artificial, and things of that nature. They weren't going to make any new pipe tobacco blends, and that's why Per Jensen was let go, and they basically own the rights to his name and all kinds of things. It's a heck of a situation to be in, I'm sure. But then the old fellow, the CEO, he died. The person who took over was a family member. I don't remember the exact relation, but he was a family member, but he was not a tobacco person. Apparently he was just a corporate guy. He came from running a pharmaceutical corporation, from what I was given to understand. Decided to run MacBaren like a corporation and diversify and do other things with their money, totally non-tobacco related things, and sounds like he fucked up real bad. And that the company as a whole lost a little bit of money for the first time in a long time, and stockholders panicked, everybody panicked, sold off the company to Scandinavian Tobacco Group, who, well, it's not so much like Scandinavian Tobacco Group rolled up and murdered MacBaren with a shotgun. It's, I guess it's more like, think of MacBaren as a ship at sea, and a couple of their oars break, they're in a bad spot, they're foundering, they're not sure what they're going to do, but they'd probably be okay if everybody doesn't panic. And the Scandinavian Tobacco Group ship comes up next to them and says, "Hey, sure, Captain, get over here, we'll take you off to safety. You just give us everything on board your ship and all the people on there in exchange." And captains of MacBaren said, "Yep, we're cool with that deal." And then the Scandinavian Tobacco Group pirates took the couple things they wanted off the ship and then set it on fire behind them. Yeah. I get it from a purely capitalist money-making standpoint, because they were only interested in things they could manufacture in large volume easily and that were selling very well in high volume. They don't care about the history or the niche markets, the people that are loyal devotees of the tobaccos that were produced, because some of them were very unique. But they don't care about that stuff. They don't, like, they could have easily kept operating and cut some things down. They could save the machinery. There's a lot of things they could do that would be good for the pipe tobacco community as a whole, but would not be good for a corporation, because a corporation doesn't exist to preserve history or serve niche markets. A corporation exists to make money. That's its purpose. The people who run Scandinavian Tobacco Group are not themselves tobacco people. They don't have a personal relationship with tobacco. It's not a part of their everyday life other than in how it makes them money. So I do get why they did what they did from that standpoint. But I still feel like it's pretty sick behavior. I can't lie. Even if I didn't smoke a single blend that either of those companies produced, it would be awful to see two so distinguished companies, so old and so rich in tradition, and just wiped out in the name of a dollar. It's awful to see. And I'm really going to miss Bold Kentucky. I've got a few pounds of it stashed away. And I could, ration it out and save it for 20 years or whatever, so that I'll always have Bold Kentucky. But I feel like it's my everyday smoke. Me and my fiance both smoke Bold Kentucky, just like chimneys. So I feel like trying to ration it out would just take away from the enjoyment of it. I'd rather enjoy it while I have it and then try and move on to something else. But as I was saying earlier, that's one of those unique blends that there's not really many other things like it being produced by other people. There's a few. I tried some Samuel Gay with Dark Plug, and that was really good. The Dark Flake Unscented, I'm told, is the same blend. I'm waiting to see that come back in stock somewhere so I can give that a try. But that's not easy to get in large quantity. You have to kind of wait for it to pop up and get it while it's there, because it won't be there for long, because they're a really small operation. And I love what they're doing. Please, guys, keep doing it, because there's not many holdouts from the large conglomeration that is Scandinavian Tobacco Group, because the pipe community's small. But then I also tried some Maestro Puccini, I think is how you pronounce it, that Toscano made with Cornell and Deal, and that shit is really, really good. I'll have to do that deserves its own video, because it's fantastic. It's a limited edition. I kind of wonder how limited that is. I hope it's not too limited, because I want to smoke a lot of it. But if anybody has any suggestions for something to replace Bold Kentucky, I'd love to hear them. Not Amphora, because that's gone. That's really more like Old Dark Fired anyway. Irish Flake is good, but it's not Bold Kentucky. It's got a lot more, it's got a lot of Virginia and Burley in it, where Old Kentucky is just lots of Kentucky and just a little bit of Virginia. I did order some whole leaf tobacco to see what I can do, try and build myself a little press, and see if I can press my own plugs, figure out a good flake cutting method. It's going to be an experiment, but I also ordered some Rustica leaf, because if there are few analogs for Bold Kentucky in the overall pipe tobacco catalog, there are none for H.H. Rustica. That's pretty much just its own thing. Or at least the couple that there were being produced by Sutliff, so those are gone now too. The Per Jensen Bold and Strong was really good. That was basically like H.H. Rustica with, to me it tasted like a little bit less Rustica. Smoked through several pounds of that, but it's all gone. Never to be had again, alas. So yeah, it's a heck of a thing. It sucks to have to, have this happen. I guess it's a lot like what happened when McClellan went under, and things disappear. So if you have something that you like and that you smoke every day and smoke all the time and have been for a while, it's probably a good idea to stock up on it, because you have no idea how long it's going to be around. I know I thought, and a lot of people thought, that the HH series had to be safe, because those were flagship tobaccos. Those were, known to almost any seasoned pipe smoker as like the pinnacle of any genre of tobacco, was the HH version of that tobacco. But nope. I mean, most of them are flakes, so they're not as easy to produce. So that's strike one. A bunch of them are very niche blends, very Kentucky forward, and Old Dark Fired and Bold Kentucky. So strike two. Yep. Sad state of affairs. But there are some hopeful things about this. This is definitely the time for other blenders to step in and pick up that spot in the market. Apparently Per Jensen is going to be doing a collaboration with Cornell and Deal, which I'm definitely looking forward to, because if I'm not smoking Bold Kentucky or Rustica, I'm usually smoking something made by Cornell and Deal. I absolutely love their Burleys. I love their dark fired stuff. Love how bold they are with Perique. And I'm kind of surprised, as adventurous of a blender as Jeremy Reeves is, that he hasn't experimented with Rustica leaf before. But this would be an excellent time to do that, because people do like to smoke it. So there's that little hole in the market. There's money to be made and good tobacco to be, invented. Yep. So I'm looking forward to that. Don't stove the Rustica this time, Pear. Don't stove the Rustica. Let it shine. Let it shine. It's delicious, exactly how it is. Yeah, I can't wait for that though. So anyway, I'm done lamenting. I am going to get my ass on. It's about the end of the workday, and I am ready to go the fuck home. So I hope y'all have a fantastic day, and be on the lookout for new stuff. If y'all hear of anything that can replace Bold Kentucky, definitely let a guy know, because god damn it, I'm gonna miss Bold Kentucky. And remember, all y'all, especially at times like this, not like there's anything else insane going on in the world right now, but you got to remember that the universe does piss down the back of your neck every day, but it will only drown you once. So keep your motherfucking chin up. Later, y'all.